Hello, my name is Jamika Piper. I am the Humanities Librarian for the IUPUI University Library. Today, we are going to discuss MLA 8th edition citation for sources appearing in print or online formats. Here we have a book by a popular author. One of the major differences of the MLA 8th edition citation style has been the simplification of information down into 9 core elements, as we have here. This is the copyright page for the book, which contains a lot of the information that we will need in order to create our citation. Regardless of resource type, or if you find it online or in print, when we assemble this information from the title page, it should look something like this. Note the use of punctuation and italics for the title of the source. You can omit certain portions, which appear here in red, from a final citation. It is not important that it has every piece of information, just enough that an individual looking at your works, cited, or bibliography can find it. Here we have the core elements listed. The elements highlighted in crimson are specific for periodicals. Periodical can refer to materials such as journals, newspapers, or magazines that are published on a cyclical basis. So this can mean anywhere from daily to once a year. As such, noting the version as well as the issue number are key elements for citing periodicals. Consider, for example, this article recently published online in The New Yorker. Pay attention to the punctuation being used here. We have the container or overall body of work cited in italics, while the particular article, section, or chapter is cited by its unique title, which is then enclosed in quotation marks. The location, in this case the URL, is given at the end of the item. This is enough information for an article found on the web. However, there is a difference for scholarly articles. Note the arrows pointing out where we can find the pieces of information that we need to create a citation. Instead of the URL, it is better to use the individual article's DOI, or digital object identifier, as it is unique to a particular article. The ideal citation will look like this. Note that since this is from a database, the platform publisher, in this case EBSCOhost, is listed along with the volume, issue, date of publication, and page number for the article. Journal titles appear in the italics, and the essay or article title of the section appears in quotation marks. Now that you have learned what the core elements for a citation are, you can figure out the pieces of information needed to cite almost anything. Here's an example of how you should cite a post on Twitter. The handle or username for the person who posted is treated like an author. You list the handle followed by the description from the post itself, which is treated as you would the title of a container within a larger source, i.e., it appears in quotation marks. Twitter is treated as a source, so it is italicized, followed by the date and timestamp for the publication of the post. Since this is an online source, you will want to include the URL for the tweet itself, which is treated as the location. Similarly, a video found on a web-based platform should also be cited. In this example, I included a timestamp as I was referencing a segment of the video. However, no timestamp is necessary if you are referencing the whole video. Today we discussed the MLA 8th edition citation, but you will want to make sure you are following the citation style used within your discipline or that has been requested by your instructor. Additionally, I highly recommend that you frequently refer back to the actual citation handbook. The University Library has 2 copies of the MLA 8th edition on reserve. If our copies are being used, you can also find copies at your local public library. Another key point in proper citation is to pay attention to your source types. Periodicals require different core elements than books. Likewise, social media blogs require something more than either books or periodicals. Lastly, my best advice is do not leave bibliography for last. As I've been alluding to throughout this tutorial, you really want to make sure you pay attention to punctuation. If you start with the bibliography, you are more likely to catch punctuation errors and to notice where you are improperly citing source types. This concludes the tutorial on citing in the MLA 8th edition. I'm sure that you will still have questions. Some of these questions can be answered with practice. The University Library has a self-guided tutorial for creating citations that can be accessed through the University Library homepage. If you still have questions, then please email or schedule an appointment with your subject liaison. Their contact information can be found at the address on the link below.